I'm live. Hey, Conquerors. I'm live. I usually don't go live this late, but I figure I'll get on here, come talk to the people. Just celebrated my birthday. I am live from vacation, the Big 4-0. I just came from a nightly walk. I went walking for, hi, hey. I went walking for 1 hour and I'm feeling good. I just celebrated my 40th birthday and I am excited. I made it 40 years old and I'm on vacation celebrating with my husband and my children. And mm, thank you. The big 4-0. So I can't eat the way I used to eat. So if you guys go look at my before and afters, I've lost over 100 pounds. And that took me 10 months. And clearly, I needed to unbig my back. Don't y'all hate that term? It's kind of derogatory, but hey, it was true. So I can't eat the way that I used to, especially now that I've turned 40. And I'm so happy about that. I thought I would be sad about it, but I'm not. So I'm on vacation with my family, and yeah, I'm on vacation with my family, and I've actually gone for a I think an hour walk. So you're talking about trying to unbig your back. Get you a good walk in. Hello, I'm good. How are you? That's all you need to do? No, you need to move your body. That's what helped me. Talking about unbigging that back. That's such a funny concept, but it's true, man. We got so much abundance, food. I was telling my husband we were in the store, and I was like, I used in the past I would eat my feelings. I was a really big stress eater. So if anything, like if I was happy, I would eat. If I was sad, I would eat, right? So I would eat my feelings. And so I was telling him, something came up and I wanted to just sit and just, you know, eat, but and eat sweets and all this stuff, but I couldn't do it because the thing is, I refused to go back to where I was. That's what led me to getting up to over 350 something pounds. And I refused to go back to that. So I said, you know what? I'll get up and I'll go for a nice walk. And so there were three things that helped me get the weight off: walking, fasting, and strength training. You do those three things, maybe that weight will come right off. I'm living proof. I lost 100 pounds in 10 months doing those three things. And the thing is, I didn't even know that it was like a thing. And you hear people talking about it, but I didn't know that. I'm good. How are you guys? I didn't know that that was a thing. So that's how I unbig my back. Those three things: walking, strength training, and fasting. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you got to do what works best for you. What may work for me may not work for you. So you got to figure out what's best for you. And once I figured out what was best for me, I just continued to do it. My day was really good. I spent the day with my family. Oh, thank you. With my children, we were at the pool. Yeah, had a pool day. It was a great day. Yeah, fasting, strength training, and walking. And I'm on vacation. And typically when you're on vacation, you kind of, because you're enjoying doing all the things. So I just follow my schedule, my little routine that I do, and that weight comes right off. Sometimes we make weight loss so much more difficult than it needs to be. And don't get me wrong, it is difficult. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of discipline to lose weight. It takes a lot of self-control. And we live in a society where, you know, everything is, well, I won't say in abundance, but we don't like practicing self-control. Like, we be wanting those Amazon Prime results. Got to have it in 2 days. And then if we don't get the results we want in 2 days, we give up. We just give up, right? Yeah, we want those Amazon Prime results. Guaranteed. We got to put the work in. We got to put in that effort. Because the thing is, if you don't put in the work, if you don't put in the effort, if you don't learn what works best for your body, you won't be able to keep the results. You won't be able to keep it. So with my thing, because I went through the process, see, in the past, I would do like quick fixes. I would do like what they call them, like uh do this little these little diets. What diets? Those little the cabbage soup diets. Whatever the case, we do these short term diets to get it off real quick. but then you don't learn what works best for your body. Hmm? You got to learn what works for your body. And I had to learn that for myself. And once I learned, and I just kept putting it into practice every day, making those small steps, those small changes every day, that weight came right off. It wasn't easy. There were times where I felt like nothing was happening. That's a lot like life sometimes. There's so many things that happened during my weight loss journey that I felt like I wanted to give up. But I refused to give up because I felt like my life was on the line. I felt like my life was like hanging in the balance. And I said I had to do something about it. The thing is, sometimes you got to get angry with your situation. Until you get angry with your situation, you'll just keep tolerating it. You'll keep accepting it. You'll still keep going through the motions. You'll keep going through the same cycles. In the last video, I talked about breaking the cycle. So, like, you know how, like, during the new year, we all make, like, I know in the past, I would make a New Year's resolution every year that I would lose the weight. Every single year, I would write it down. You know how they tell you do your little vision, do your vision board and all that. Oh, I was doing all of that, writing my vision board, saying I would want to lose the weight, and then January came. I was all excited, hyped up to finally lose it, and then nothing. Come February, I done gave up. I done gave up on my New Year's resolution to lose 100 pounds. I was going through that same cycle every year until April of 2020. I was like, it's time. And the thing is, right? Okay, so guys, I just turned 40. I made the decision. I was over 35. And you know how they say with women, once you turn 35, you start dealing with the perimenopause, menopause, and all that stuff. It started getting a little harder, whatever. But at the age of 35, 36, I made the decision that I was going to lose the weight. I started, and literally 10 months later, I had lost over 100 pounds. Hmm. I got tired of making excuses. I was ready to break the cycle. And I was saying, until you get angry about it, until you get fed up with your situation, right? Until you get tired of it, you'll continue to tolerate it. And that was what was going on for me. I was continuing to tolerate the situation, just going through the motions. And then once I became angry, I had to change that mindset. All right, guys, I'm on vacation with my family. So if you hear my children in the background, I'm a mother of five. But yeah, I got angry. I got fed up with my situation. Talking about unbigging my back. I lost over 100 pounds in 10 months. It took me 10 months to do it. Something that I was struggling with for a long time. I dropped that weight in 10 months. And more so, I dealt with this portion of it, the mindset. And that's the thing. Like I said, last video I talked about breaking the cycle, but really how you break the cycle is first you got to make up your mind. You got to get angry. You got to get fed up with your situation because that's going to be the catalyst to change. That's the only thing that's going to change your situation. And that's the thing, you can't ain't nobody was going to lose that weight for me. No one was going to save me. No one could do it for me. I had to rely on God. And of course I had a good support system, my husband, my family. But at the end of the day, I had to put in the work. and we gotta put in the work. So fasting, I stand by fasting to this day, strength training and walking. I literally just got back from an hour walk. So even on vacation, just still staying committed to my goals, walking, strength training, and fasting. And even on vacation, okay, I've had sweets, French fries, all the different things. Usually I don't eat that stuff, but being on vacation, it's okay. You can relax, have it. But then there are also things that you can do. You can walk, right? Walking is very powerful. We underestimate it. I said it in the last video. I'm going to continue to say it. I'm a big advocate of walking because walking is what helped me lose the weight. Strength training helped me as well, but walking, I spend majority of my time walking than I do strength training. Now, I do believe you should strength train because we need the muscle. But hey, walking is king, okay? I don't care what nobody says. Walking is king. I walk every day. Just depending on my schedule. I try to like when I want to say in the beginning of my journey, I was really so in the morning I will walk 3 miles, and then in the evening I will walk another 3 miles. And I walked about 6 or 7 miles every day for what 10 months, and that weight came off. And then I strength trained 2 or 3 times a week. That's exactly what I did, and that weight came right on off. Sorry, guys, I'm on vacation, having a good time. And I figured I'd come on live, talk about ways we can unbig our backs. I'm still on my journey. We all walk, what, a work in progress. I'm still on my journey, but we gonna get there. Yeah, but walking. I'll always be a proponent of walking. Walking, strength training, and fasting. I fast every day. I fast to this day. Fasting has a lot of good health benefits and spiritual benefits as well, but I enjoy it. Even on vacation, I fast. Yep. I just got back from, I walked for over an hour. I just got back. So that's why I'm a little sweaty or whatever. But I walk for 1 hour. So every day I try to get in a 1 hour or 2 hour walk. So for me, when I first started my journey, I was well over 350 pounds. And I couldn't do a lot, right? I had a lot of joint issues, hip issues, all of that. So I had to do something that was simple. And I know for me, if if it's not simple, I won't stick with it. So the thing is, if you can simplify your journey, do that. Don't overly complicate it. So for me, I try to keep things very simple. So every morning I would get up and I would just walk. And then in the evenings, I will walk as well. And then so depending on so the first what month or two, 3 months, I could only walk for like 20, 30 minutes, right? But then I built that up over time to now I can walk for 2 or 3 hours now without stopping. So you see what I'm saying? I didn't start off that way, but I kept going. And that's the thing, in a weight loss journey, sometimes it's like a all or nothing approach, right? Like sometimes it's not like that, right? Sometimes it's okay to take baby steps, and that's what I did. Even with my food, with especially like At night, I would have to have a sweet after every meal. But what I did was, instead of having a sweet, I would have a fruit. I would have watermelon or whatever the case. And then I slowly progressed to, instead of having fried food, I would have baked food. Instead of French fries, I moved to vegetables. So it's, you see what I'm saying? So it's like simple things that you can do that, like, over time you will see the difference. And that's what it's just about. It's just like making those very small changes, and that's what helped me. That's exactly what helped me. Like, even now, being on vacation, right? I I go out and walk. You think that the walking is not really doing anything, but it's really helping you to get your steps in, and it's counteracting. Like, I've been enjoying having a good time. So I'll get out there and just go enjoy a good walk, get some exercise in, get some steps in, and it helps me. It helps. But yeah, I enjoy walking. I enjoy fasting. I fast every day, every single day. I was um I was at the hotel, right, and I was checking in, and I was telling the lady, she was asking me because she saw my younger daughter like running around, and she was like, "Well, how many children do you have?" Right? And I was like, "Oh, I have 5 children. My oldest is 20, right?" And she's like, "Oh my God." She was like, "You have a 20-year-old?" I said, "Yes." And I started, going through all their ages, 20 all the way down to 7, right? And she was like, "Girl, you don't even look like you could have a 20-year-old." Um, but I'm just saying, I think it's the power of fasting. Fasting keeps you young, man. Fasting have you out here looking, fasting keep you young. I got 5 babies, I gotta keep up. But yeah, she was like, "You don't even look like you could have a 20-year-old." I said, "Well, yeah, girl, I got a 20-year-old all the way on down to 7." So fasting really helps to, it keeps you young, and it really helps your body. Fasting has a lot of spiritual and um, physical benefits, health benefits, and that's why I do it, right? So, and I know in the last video, I said, they said it's like an ancient, not an ancient remedy or whatever the case, but no, God tells us to fast anyway. So ancient. God commands us to fast anyways. We should be living a very fasted lifestyle, but I enjoy it. So, like I said, I really didn't want to come on here. I'm not trying to preach to nobody. I just wanted to talk about ways that, talking about unbigging our backs. It's some very simple things that we can do to do that. And like I said, I'm getting older now. I just turned 40. Oh my God, I keep saying it because sometimes I can't believe it, because I can just remember just being 18, 23, turning 30, the dirty 30, turning 33, like all these, I can remember it. So now, like, turning 40 is such a really big milestone, and I thank God for that, because a lot of young people are not making it to 40. So I'm just grateful to God that I'm standing here, um, and that, I made the decision to just be obedient and start that weight loss journey, because I believe it saved my life. I believe that it was the very area that I was the most, it was the area that was really bothering me. And even though sometimes I didn't vocalize it, but I knew it was really bothering me. But once I started changing, I kind of, I don't know, this journey has really changed my life. Like, I feel like I'm becoming the person that God has called me to be. And starting this journey, it has helped me to um, rediscover who I am. And it's helped me to realize that I can do more than what I was capable of. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it made me realize, man, if you can lose 100 pounds, what else can you do? And I was like, okay, I lost 100 pounds in 10 months. Let me write a book. Okay, I wrote a book. What else can you do? Well, let me start my YouTube channel. Well, let me start my Instagram. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I documented my weight loss on Instagram, but I was like, well, let me start a YouTube. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this journey has helped me in so many other ways. It's helped me to become focused. And it's helped me to realize, like, just being disciplined and consistent, it will really it's powerful. Those two things. So, I know I'm saying a whole lot, but if you can take away from this, I'm big in your back, right? If you can be whatever it is that you can find that works for you. Like I said, everybody's body is different. What may work for me may not work for you, and what may work for you may not work for me. The thing is, you just have to be patient enough to find what your body responds to, and then stay consistent with it. Stay disciplined with it. Don't start, like last video I talked about breaking those cycles. When you start it, you have to finish it. You stay committed with it. Even when sometimes you can't see the changes in your body right away, because that's, sometimes even like when you're strength training, sometimes you'll put on muscle as you're losing fat, and so sometimes the scale will stay the same, but then you will get scared and be like, well, oh dang, I've been working out, I've been doing all the things, but my weight, it ain't changing. No, it's changing. you know you're just losing body fat and building muscle all at the same time. But if you don't know that, you'll stop. So what I'm saying is, keep going. Don't stop. Be consistent. And that's in anything. What I'm saying right now, you can apply it to any other journey. Life is going to get in the way, right? Issues are going to happen. But if you can stay consistent in your journey, if you can stay disciplined, you'll get there. Because trying to stay motivated, motivation won't keep you. That motivation won't keep you. What's going to keep you is first having that vision, but then staying disciplined, stay consistent, and you'll get there. And that worked for me. And I done halfway unbig my back. Don't you hate that? You done lost you done lost over 100 pounds. And people like, oh, good job, keep going. Lord, I'm tired. I don't want to keep. I hate that. You tell people you lose over 100 pounds, they look at you and be like, okay, girl, keep going. Like, keep going, girl. Nah, I hate that. I'm done. I'm tired. Do you know what it took to lose the weight? I'm tired. But I get it. People coming from a good place, but if you've never really struggled with weight issues, not saying you can't really understand, but it's difficult. It's not as easy. Because that's the thing, right? If it was easy, there would be no overweight people in this world, right? Everybody would be all slim and trim and all the things, but it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. I read somewhere they said if you can be successful on your weight loss journey, then you can be successful at becoming a millionaire. I said, well, Lord, we're gonna be millionaires in Jesus' name. We almost there. But yeah, motivation won't keep you. But if you can stay consistent, if you can stay disciplined, that would have come right off. Oh yeah. So I just got back from my little walk. I walk every single day. Well, just depending on the schedule, but I try to. Some days I don't feel like it, and that's the thing too, right? You're not gonna always feel like working out. I don't always feel like working out, but for me, let me try to get some more light. I know it's the right thing for my body, and I try to do it. I just turned 40, man. I'm trying to be here another 40. No, not another 40. Another 50, 60, 70 years. So I had said earlier when I turned 35. Okay, here's the thing, right? When I turned 35, 36, my goal was that by the time I turned 40, I had wanted to lose 100 pounds. I had wanted to get the weight off, and I met that goal. So I was thinking about that the other day. You know, I had met that goal. I didn't want to go into my 40s like carrying all that extra weight on me, and I was able to meet that. So I'm really happy about that. And I started at 36 years old. So that was that's really a milestone for me. I didn't want to go into my 40s carrying an additional 200, an extra, 150 pounds on me. That's like when you really sit and think about it, that's wild, But that sometimes I think about it like, man, I allowed myself to get to that size. And, hey, life happens, right? Struggling with certain things, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. And so I decided I wanted to lose the weight and break that cycle. No more binge eating, right? And that weight came right off. Came right off. Came right off. So fasting, walking, strength training. I call that the trifecta. If you can do those three things, that's it. You good. Fasting, walking, strength training. And with the fasting, I practice something called OMAD or alternate day fasting. So OMAD is called 1 meal a day. And I did that the well, I still do it to this day, but um so I'll fast from like, let me see. I'll have my first meal at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then I'll probably stop eating at like maybe 4 or 5, and then I won't eat anything until the following day. Now I know that may seem kind of extreme for some people, but for me, it was the easiest thing for me to do. It was simple. I didn't have to calorie count. I don't like counting calories. I don't like doing any of that kind of stuff. Um, and doing that, it helped me. The fasting really, really helped me. hmm So I fasted every day. I still fast, even to keep the weight off. I fast, and yeah, I do OMAD or alternate day fasting, and I won't eat until the following day, 2 or 3, just depending on what I have for my schedule, and that really works. And the thing is, when I do eat, I try to keep it healthy. I eat a lot of fruit, veggies, um, a lot of chicken, beef, a lot of meat and different things like that. But I really try to stay away from a lot of processed carbs. I don't really eat pasta anymore. I don't like pasta now anymore. I never really was a pasta eater, but I really don't like it now, anyways. So I typically I try to stay away from a lot of that stuff because that's where Not saying you can't have it, but it's for me. It's like you wasting. What's the point of fasting if when it's time to eat, I'm gonna sit there and just eat all that junk food. It's just I don't know. It's just unless they came out with like protein pasta. I mean, if you can eat that, I guess that's good. But I don't make it a habit. I don't eat pasta. I don't eat a lot of pasta. So I just really try to stay away from all that junk. Um, but yeah, fasting. So OMAD, 1 meal a day, alternate day fasting, and then I drink a lot of water. I do drink diet soda. I know they say that's not good for you, but hey, it is what it is. I drink a lot of diet, so I drink a lot of water. Um, and yeah, walking, fasting. Um, 80% of the time, I try to eat really good, and then 20% of the time, hey, I'll have whatever junk food, and then I'll just get back on my schedule, my routine. Like even on vacations, I still practice the same thing. Right now, we're on vacation, so I've had junk food and different things like that. But guess what? I just came from an hour walk. So really, that's just how I like to balance things out. Um, and it's what's worked for me, and it's helped me to lose the weight and keeping it off. hmm And sometimes keeping the weight off it's been posing to be. Sometimes it's harder to keep the weight off than it is to lose it. So I've lost over 100 pounds, and then I've been able to maintain the 100-pound weight loss. And I just practice those three things: the walking, the fasting, and the strength training. And that's one way that I really I'm able to kind of keep that weight, keep my weight and keep my weight under control. Because like being over 35, what now 40, Lord, I can't eat the way I used to. Can't eat all that sugar and all that crap like I used to. I be wanting to, but can't can't eat like that. Mm-mm. Because that's what got me. Like, it's funny. I see the difference, and like you can go on my channel and look at my before and afters. Like eating, you see how your body responds to junk food and different things like that. And how my weight got up to 300 and something, over 350 pounds or whatever, by eating all that junk and all those different things. But then how your body responds when you start walking, when you start strength training, when you start fasting, when you start eating healthy, and how my body changed that way, you know? But yeah, that's what I do. Babe, you want to say something to the people? My husband has been an excellent support system. He changed his diet. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy walking. I enjoy fasting. I enjoy strength training. I enjoy doing all those things. Yes, I do. And I cannot believe I've turned 40. Woo! Lord. Hurricane Milton kind of put a little damper in our birthday plans, but God is still good. But yeah, talking about big and backs. Lord. That's all I do. Walk, strength train, fast. The trifecta. And walking is king. Yes, it is. That's all I do to keep the weight off. If you go look at my before and afters, bless you. I carried majority of my weight in my belly. I carried a lot of upper belly fat and lower belly fat, and I was able to kind of get that weight off through the walking and the fasting and the strength training. And I started off doing kettlebell training. And the thing is, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get healthy, right? YouTube is a really good place. They have a lot of at home workouts that you can do. You can follow along to get in shape and lose the weight like for good. It's like really breaking those cycles. Like I was saying earlier, in January, you have all the resolutions, all the things, and then by February, we done stopped, and we done broke our diets and back to back to eating the way that we were eating. But back in 2020, I had made the decision, like I said in March, like, girl, enough is enough. You need to get a hold of this. And within a year, no, yeah, about 10 months, I lost that weight just by walking, fasting, and strength training. And you know what? I will do videos every single day talking about these three things. And I just honestly, I don't care. Because these three things really helped me to change my life. And the thing is, I didn't even know that it was a whole thing, right? Like if you go on YouTube, you can go and Google, right? I mean, you Google, you can go on YouTube and search how many people have changed their lives through fasting and through walking. So many people have lost crazy amounts of weight by just doing simple things this very thing that we were designed to do, walk. Oh my gosh. And then so now I bought a weighted vest. So I'm kind of trying to take my training to the next level. So I bought a weighted vest now. So I'm gonna start wearing that vest out on my walks. I'm talking about me now, to kind of take my training to the next level. And I heard a lot of good things about doing that. So I'm gonna do that, to kind of, just up the ante a little bit. And then too, with my strength training, I do like kettlebell training. I do all of that, dumbbell training, all the things. But I think walking is forever king. It's king of fat loss. And if you enjoy, whatever your form of cardio you enjoy doing, I guess the thing of it is, if you enjoy doing it, it'll help you to stay consistent. So I enjoy walking, so that's what helps me to stay consistent. So you just have to find what works for you and then just stay consistent with that. And baby, you talking about unbigging backs. Look, go to my channel, go look at my before and afters, and you'll see the difference, right? The proof is in the pudding. I wouldn't come on here and tell y'all to do something that I didn't even do, right? So I just want to come on here and just, like I said, just share my journey and what has helped me, and in the hopes that it can help other people, right? And I'm not looking to get no paydays, and you know, I just want to share my knowledge. Knowledge is power. So if anybody can be blessed by what I'm talking about, you know, if I could just help one person, look, my job is complete. I walk every day, sometimes twice a day, just depending on my schedule. And then I'll go ahead and strength train twice a week. Now the thing is though, what happened was, I'm not gonna lie, I had gained, like, I lost 100, over 100 pounds, and then this year for whatever reason I had gained 15 pounds, 18, no, 20 pounds, and I couldn't understand why, right? And it was scaring me. I'm like, why am I gaining weight? I couldn't understand why. But what was happening was I was stressing my body out. I was stressed out. So, and at that time, I was walking up to like 6 miles, and then I was strength training like 6 times a week. So my body was just really stressed out. So what I did was I pulled back on the amount of strength training that I was doing. I took it down to 2 sessions per week. And then I continued walking, but I would just walk 1 hour in the morning, maybe an hour and 10, 20 minutes. And then I would do like a light walk, maybe like 20 minutes in the evening. And that did it. That weight came right off. So I realized that I was stressed out. And with some other life events happening, family members and different things like that, we were, dealing with some things. So my body was just stressed out. And when you're stressed, you can't, you can't really lose weight. So once I kind of pulled back on the amount of strength training that I was doing, um, and kind of just allowed my body to rest, then my body began to release the weight. and and so that's the thing. If we're overly stressed, if our cortisol levels are like really really high, baby, that body is not going to be releasing nothing. Okay. But once I kind of pulled back, you know like I said, because the first year of my journey I was hardcore. Like, I was going every day. I was walking. I was like strength training 6 7 times a week. I don't think I maybe took like one rest day a week. And then after a while my body was like, girl, no. And then all of a sudden I was gaining weight, and I gained like 20 pounds, and I couldn't understand why. But once I pulled back, I started resting more. So rest has its place in your weight loss journey as well. Once I started resting more, baby, that weight came back off. So so stress plays a big part in it as well. You're talking about unbigging your backs. We stressed out. Okay, Americans are stressed out. You know, so we trying to find ways to find a little comfort, find a little peace. We just trying to we running, 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 running. Sometimes your body needs that. It needs to rest. And in that rest, your body can slow down and can heal and do what it's designed to do. And eventually, baby, that weight came right off. So, yeah. But, anyways, guys, yeah. Walking, strength training, fasting. Those three things, baby. And then, two, just eliminating your stress. If you can keep your stress levels low, and you hear that, like, you hear it, but it's true. It's really true. Just keeping your stress low. It will help. And then also too, guys, I turned the big 40, right? So um I got to do things differently now. So back when I was 20, I was eating any and everything, like on site. Like, it didn't matter. And my weight, I was good. But now that I'm a little older, we just got to be careful with, just eating properly. I can't eat the way that I used to. And it's so funny. We were out, and it was a man saying that, but it's true. I think how he said he was, babe, I don't know, maybe in his 50s or 60s, but he was basically saying like he couldn't eat the way that he used to because he's much older now. So it's really, but it's true. Sometimes we think we're invisible, but baby, no, we're not. So you got to change things up. And I know for me, the biggest culprit, like I said, it was sugar. Keeping that sugar intake low. Like I think these past 2 days I've been eating sugar because it was my birthday. So, um, but now I'm just getting back on track. But I don't know. I just enjoy eating this way and walking and strength training and all the things. We just got to be healthy. And any way that I can contribute in helping others reach their goals, it's a win for me. And me sharing my journey, Um, it didn't happen overnight. I didn't lose the weight overnight. It took me a while, but um, like I said, one of my goals was when I turned 40 that I wanted to get all that weight off of me. So I just really just been reflecting today on that milestone. Like, wow, I was able to do it. And so if I can do that, it's like what else can you do? So, just really confronting those things that are difficult. Um, yeah, and we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah. Walking. Yeah, I walk every single day. And it's a blessing. People, I'm like, I would never want to take the ability to move my body for granted. I will never, because there was a time where I couldn't move my body the way that I wanted to, especially being that heavy. Even, getting down to play with my kids and stuff like that, it was hard. So just appreciating the ability to move my body, you know, I'm not gonna take that for granted. And in the past I did. I took that for granted. I'll never take that for granted again. Just having the ability to be able to move my body freely. Um, so yeah. And actually walking helped me. I know I said in my last live when I was out walking, um well, not out when I was out walking. I had started doing these home videos, and at the time I had like really bad joint issues, knee and ankle. And the stretches and the walking helped me to kind of fix that. So physical therapy exercise is very therapeutic for the body. So if we don't move our bodies, they say that the body atrophies. So we got to stay active. We got to stay moving, right? We got to, um, if you're talking about unbigging your back, um, like I said, for me, the walking, the strength training, and the fasting, all three of those things really was very powerful. I call it the trifecta. And the thing is, with the fasting, you can't fast and then just be, eating junk. You got to eat really good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. Even on vacation, we're out enjoying, but you better believe I'm still fasting. Um, and then I just came back from an hour walk. So it's just like balancing those things out. And it's not about like punishing yourself. I mean, it's okay. Things happen. If you have something, okay, that's fine, right? Move on. Like, I know when in the beginning of my journey, if I had something that wasn't on schedule for that day, um I would get so anxious or upset with myself, like, oh, you failed. Like I was saying earlier, it's like this all or nothing mentality. But it's like we're humans, you're not gonna be perfect every single day. Like there are gonna be, little nuances here and there. And the thing is, okay, if something happens or you make a mistake or you have something that wasn't on plan, it's like it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Like before, when I would be on a diet per se, and if I had a slice of pizza or something like that, I'd be like, oh well, okay, let's go ahead and it's ruined. I'll get so upset with myself. But no, it's like it's okay. You're not gonna be perfect. It's all right. Just get back up and keep it moving. So I enjoy it. You're not gonna be perfect, right? Just enjoy. You gotta enjoy the journey because you're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna be perfect on your journey, right? But if you have something, it's okay. Keep on, keep it pushing. Have it, be done with it, and keep on going. And that's what worked for me, right? I've lost over 100 pounds, and it wasn't easy. I didn't have anyone sitting me down saying, "Oh, hey, this is what you need to be doing from A to Z." You know, I had to learn what worked for me. I had to learn what worked for my body. So if you can learn what works for your body, you'll be you'll be good. You'll be good. But guys, I just wanted to come on here. I came on here kind of spontaneously. I didn't think I would come on live, but I did say a few days ago that I might come on for my birthday. So I'm just honoring what I said I would do. Come on live. Like I said, I turned the big 4-0, and I'm excited about it. It's a new chapter in my life, and like I said, this journey has really helped me to really start facing facing some fears. Like it's like, man, if you can, like I said, if I can lose 100 pounds, and I did, I was like, what else can I do? So I'm like, let me just jump on, let me start a YouTube channel, and I'll get on here every day and talk about my weight loss journey, how these three things help me to, get in shape. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited, guys. Um, I met I met a um and I think I'm getting a little emotional because um I did something that I didn't think I could do, and it was hard, especially like life events happening and all this stuff, and people saying, people like, "Oh, you can't do it." And even myself, like, I would be like, "Man, you can't do it." But no, by God's grace, I did do it. And seeing that I was able to do something that I struggled with for a long time. And I was like, man, starting my journey at 36, I was like, by the time I'm 40, I don't want to be carrying all that weight. I don't want to go into my 40s being that way. And then to have met that, it's like such a feeling of accomplishment that I was able to set something and was able to complete it, and to see all of the fruit from all of the hard work that I put in, when even though every day I was walking through the journey and I couldn't see the results right away, but being on the other side of it right now, it just makes me really happy that, now that I've actually turned 40 a day ago, and I've met the goal, like losing the 100 pounds. It really, really changed my life. The journey, losing the weight. And to some people, this may not be a big deal, but if you've never struggled with like weight issues, and the shame that, and the ridicule that people say really mean things to you, people judge you heavily about it. If you never really struggle with it, but if you have struggled with it, you understand. But I think for me, I get emotional because I was able to do something that I didn't think I was ever able to do. And I'm like, if I can do this, what else is possible? What else is out there that I'm allowing fear to keep me back? And so um, that's where like the satisfaction is coming in for me, like knowing, okay, I did it, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to, strive to be, because you hear, oh, you're going to be the it girl. Because and I'm being transparent, for a very long time, I felt like I lost that. Like, I felt like I lost it. Um, but going through this journey, I felt like I'm getting back to, and becoming the woman I know that God has called me to be, and not settling for, being, settling for mediocrity, just settling for, you know, and I said it in a live before. I was like, I'll just accept being this way. And I wrote it in my book. I said, I was struggling with, I'll just accept being this way. Um, but yeah, I just accepted it. I just accepted it. And now that I've made the decision, like, nah, kid, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept being this way. You can do something about it. By God's grace, you can change. You can change your life. And yeah, you can change your life. You can do something about it. You don't have to stay the same. You don't have to carry all that weight, especially mentally and you know, physically too, physically and emotionally, spiritually, you know, you don't got to accept that. So that was a blessing for me. That's a blessing. So guys, we have so I've been on here for an hour and 1 minute. Wow, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Yeah. You don't have to accept being this way. You know, that glow up. We're gonna glow up for real. Oh yeah. Huh? In all areas. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. All right, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to come on here. I've been on here for an hour and 2 minutes. That's a long time. It was kind of impromptu. I really didn't get to. Usually, I record on my walks, but because it was really dark and I'm not really too familiar with this area, I didn't want to be on the phone while I was out walking. So when I came back to the hotel, I was like, well, let me just hop on here and the kids were settling down for the night. So I was like, well, let me hop on here and just record. I just got back from an hour walk and it was a really good walk. I met some people around here. Um, yeah, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we've been on now for an hour and 2 minutes. And talking about unbigging your back. And like I said, strength training, walking, fasting, those three things, psh, powerful. So yeah. All right, guys.